Hello! Alright, you guys. I have had quite the morning. So, let me explain a little bit what's going on in the present tense, and then we'll get on to what this video is actually about. So, currently, I've woken up, just had a normal morning, where I spend like an hour in bed watching Netflix, and then slowly get up, and then shower, etc. But it occurred to me that today is Halloween, and we take that pretty seriously on Minerva. A lot needs to happen on Minecraft to get some things done, like capturing the one mob that we can't get any time of year, and that is jack-o'-lantern mobs, which is technically any mob with a jack-o'-lantern on its head. And I think that can be any hostile mob, but we'll be going for wither skeletons and zombie pigmen, but that's gonna happen way later in the video, because today is gonna be a little bit of a callback. It's gonna be a Halloween tour, so that's kind of what we're gonna be doing today, and then I'm gonna talk about why I'm doing it. So as I'm speaking, and I will provide pictures, I am renovating my setup, and I'm really glad that this video kind of came up because I don't really have an easy way to tell that to everybody unless I make like a short 20-second announcement. But in short, with the monitor setup that I'm going for, I'm trying to get 6 panels over here. It doesn't really fit onto my desk that well, or it does fit, but like the monitors are too close to my face. It makes streaming and gaming fairly uncomfortable, so I'll probably be switching desks with my dad soon, and I'm gonna need him to clean out the desk. I'm gonna need to move my stuff over. That alone could take an entire day or a day and a half, and unless I take my monitors off the stand, I'm really not gonna be able to stream. And that's actually okay, because as it so happens, today is also my sister's birthday dinner. Not her birthday, but her birthday dinner, where I'll be indisposed tonight. So I actually issued a tag to all the members to get them catching the mobs, because I genuinely won't have a lot of time. So I'm gonna get them started on it and try to clean up whatever they didn't finish, if they didn't finish anything tonight. And I have been floating over this perimeter so I could sort of tie back into what we're doing. So here isn't really the start of the tour, but in case anybody's wondering about that hole that I stopped streaming, yeah, the boys finished it. We got her done. So that is really awesome. The next step is to put in the actual witch farms, and then a storage room, and then clean out the bedrock, and then we will have a fully functional quad witch hut. And I'm sorry to those of you guys who have wanted Minecraft. I've been playing other games. It's totally my fault. I'm sorry. I just you know, when you're a gamer like me, you play a lot of different games, and I can't always just do one. So yeah, let's head over to spawn and start this video properly. And here we are. Exactly 1 year ago today, I did the exact same thing on Minerva Season 2, where I toured the server on the day of Halloween. On Minerva, we celebrate the month of Halloween, so these beacons have been black and orange for an entire month. My name has been Miss Aggie on Discord, and my profile picture has been her picture for an entire month. She has been very excited about that, because my Halloween costume this year was Aggie. Tom Joe has been Tomb Joe, etc, etc. Scaratige, Zaratige. Everybody who wants to participate changes their names, and it's kind of a nice little affair. And I'll try to show some kind of picture of everybody's name, but it's not going to be everybody, because it's only going to be who's online on Discord right now. But it's a nice little thing that we do, and we take Halloween pretty seriously. But today I'll be showing off spawn and an iron farm that never ever wants to work. It does work, and it does function perfectly fine, but the iron golems don't keep dying, and I don't know. It's really buggy. Like, it stays working, and then spawn unloads, and then it no longer works, and then I get trapped in trapdoors. That's a fitting name. I don't know. But over here at spawn, a lot of interesting stuff has happened for me and Chaser personally. Not really much to mention, by the way, just like some basic farms that doesn't run when nobody's here. Some simple crops, Tone's base, which we'll get to in a second. But this has been my little pet project. I say mine and Chaser's because he and I spent a lot of time here. Toned Formula is an artist on our server. He was renovating the wither farm. I haven't gotten an update on that in a couple weeks. I'll probably have to message him, but I'm not going to show any spoilers. But he has been working on some really nice stuff for the facade of our wither farm. And he's like, yo, Beast, I'm gonna need a lot of glass. So I cooked him up about 400,000. And then he told me, yo, Beast, no, I'm gonna need a lot of glass, like 1.2 million. I'm like, all right, well, let me get on that. So this is actually what I used to cook the 400,000 glass. Pretty simple. This is just a modified version of my perfect little furnace array. I'll link it below. This I modified to have, I think, 40 furnaces, because I realized that design could actually run with more. And then we use blaze rods to cook the entire thing. I set it up to a sand duper at spawn, which loads into shulker boxes. We have a shulker box unloader for the sand. Then the hopper minecart distributes them all to the furnaces, and then we load all of the glass into shulker boxes down here. So this thing was running fully automatically. This thing was running 24/7 for about 3 days straight. A little more than that. And, well, here's what we cooked up. A little bit of glass, some more glass, some more. I'll save you the effort of opening all these chests. It's basically like 1.5 million glass or so, which should be way more than enough that we need for the wither farm perimeter, and plenty more for any future projects that come up. And then down below, we have our dragon egg, our one dragon egg that I think we can dupe these still, but there's no point because they don't break bedrock anymore. It's kind of funny how this thing for years was always just the crown jewel of a server, being like, oh, we killed the dragon. Server owners usually hold it in their inventories. I'm not that kind of guy. We just have it on display at spawn on one of these sea beacons, and that's kind of it. It doesn't, and then it became useful for a long time when it broke bedrock, and now, well, now it's just an egg again, so not really something that we need. But we have talked about, he's trying to kill me. Games is trying to kill me. We've talked about, like, implementing a data pack or some kind of jar mod that allows us to break bedrock with those, but, you know, yeah. Anyway, so here's our temporary storage room. Pales in comparison to our actual storage room. You know, this one right here, yeah, I had to make that cut. I just wanted to show this at some point, and what better time than when we're talking about the storage room. This is almost just a sidebar, because this is, like, not technically built on the server. It is planned and prepped, and I will talk about it next, but I just wanted to show that we do have a layout. I borrowed the same chest layout from the Ruby Center last season, and then I made the wiring a lot better. So to those who have missed the streams and have missed all the information, I added about 120 filters, making this whole storage room about 540 items, which we will need to expand. I planned for 540 thinking, okay, that should be plenty enough, but apparently 1.14 is adding about 40 new items, and we've got about a dozen open spots, which is awesome and terrifying at the same time. Most of them are stairs and slabs, and a lot of them are something that I totally forgot about, but it will need to be in the agricultural section. I'm sure it's something interesting, but pretty much every single spot is filled with all the 1.13 items. This thing has been, you know, full, but I spent an entire stream organizing all of this. I'll link that below, and I'm really proud of it. So I wanted to show this off, but because it's not built on the world yet, you guys wouldn't have seen it. So let's head on over to spawn, get out of there, and show you guys what we're going to do for this. We're at spawn. Okay, so I think he put this platform so that people can, yeah, do that. Which is funny, because Games is Australian and doesn't have the ping to do that. Ayo, got him! Alright, so people keep stripping the logs of Tone's base, but this is his humble abode, and his bed got stolen. Man, this place just get... You know, there's a creeper hole in this I always call them pumpkins. What is this? Potato farm. Ugh, you know, why can't people just get... Ah! That's why they can't keep things nice. Anyway, moving on. We have a lot of stuff at spawn. This is mostly for newcomers. This is just random crap that people get from flying around end cities, getting elytras. And here is the spectrum of beacon colors. This is a whole lot of different colors that Chaser turned into black and orange, because, you know, probably. Alright, you guys, so it occurred to me at the very end of my recording that right when I came over here to show you guys the area for the storage room, my entire recording had messed up. Meaning that about 30-40 minutes of me doing the actual tour has unusable audio, where my whole voice is crackly and poppy. So I'm sorry, but this will be a lot more shorter than it needs to be, and because I'm limited on time, you guys, and It's just really unfortunate, but I'll try to give as much information as I did before with a couple of things that I can address right away. I will try my very best to link every design that we use below. So like every component of mine, every area that we show off, I'll try to link every feature of it below. So if you guys see like a design that you enjoy or like, hey, that's pretty cool, then like check the description because it'll probably be linked, and then comment below if I miss anything. So that way I cannot say link below a million times like I did in the first take. But this is the area where we plan to build our storage room, and it checks every box. Hostile mobs can't spawn in Mushroom Islands, and the grass is really, really green. Crops are really, really green, and it looks really, really nice to build in this area. So lag friendliness is kind of a big deal with the storage room because it's very, very laggy and not easy on everybody's PCs. So it's actually kind of the perfect spot to put it here. And because we're not going to take farms as insanely seriously this season, and we just plan to have him bugged out in the upper left, we're gonna just build the mushroom farm elsewhere, the cow farm. We have a couple of bases, we have a couple of mushroom islands that we can choose from, and it doesn't really need to be a big thing. So we'll probably set that farm up another day, and it won't be some massive, biggest scale you possibly can mushroom farm, but it'll work, and that'll open us up to be right next to spawn, have a storage room right here in a fairly lag-friendly area, and the terrain will be beautiful to work in. Next, I'm going to head over to, I think we're going to cut right to the end, you guys. I'm not going to show the witch farm because I kind of already did. Like, there's nothing to show over there. We're early on in that project. There's nothing to talk about yet except for these beacons that were the spectrum of the rainbow but are now Halloween themed. And, I mean, the witch farm, we saved our items. We got a lot of diamonds from, I have a lot of diamonds, actually. And it's been a fairly productive dig, but otherwise uneventful. So we're going to skip right past the witch farm because we already covered it, and head on over to the end. We're in the end, and over here we have a shulker farm. It's pretty basic, as I said. There will be a tutorial in the description on how to build this thing. It's pretty classic old design. We have a lot of shulker shells because Southern ran this forever. You can see I have the scoreboard on the right, and it's pretty awesome to have one of these things because we built up all those shells knowing that in the future we're going to need as many shells as we can get. So instead of always needing to farm up more, we figured we'd get ahead of it. So yeah, Enderman farm, because I don't remember who built this, but he really wanted me to show it, and I teased it one time on screen, and here it is. It's an Enderman farm. They put the Milotic for me up there. I dump off everything I get from the end islands over here. And then we also have the storage for all the different books, which isn't exactly necessary anymore because of the villager area. See, that thing was built before the villager area was actually finalized, so we have the storage for it, but not a lot of people are using it nowadays. Fun fact about this blue ice, by the way, it didn't line up with the wood on my left for a long time, so I actually went back one stream and took like 20 minutes just moving it all over one, and it was totally worth it. So here's the end. The storage, the area for the villagers, we store them and we trade with them. This is the most finalized area on Minerva. This place is totally decorated, especially it's spruced up for Halloween. All of the villagers come through here. I'm gonna hopefully not find anything good here because I want to demonstrate how fast this thing filters. So when you turn on the switch, it goes really, really quick, and the hyperspeed sorter behind this is linked below. You guys can check it out. It's really, really nice. When this thing is as fast as it can go, it's actually faster than a player can sort. So we have like multiple different mine carts. This isn't the actual wiring of the design that I'll be linking, but Pablo did change this. He's a member on our server to make it a little bit lag friendlier. But yeah, it's really, really nice. And the internals of this thing are great. So we can trade with every single book trade in the game. We have a whole lot of villagers, including some 64 trades, which are just, you know, excellent. That is the perfect worst that it can get. And then we have all of our farmers over here. This guy got locked up. Yeah, all of his trades were no longer tradable. You couldn't unlock him, and we had to kill him. So all of their trades are stored up there, all of the tradable items. And then we've got storage room for all of our pumpkins, melons. How much pumpkin do we actually? Yeah, a lot of pumpkins. And then melon crafting system. And I was going to show the wiring of this whole deal because the crops behind it, basic unary bit farms. I think some of these are bugged. aren't they? Always, but that's fine. Not a lot of people trade over here currently. And this crop farm is 71 or 72 by 73. This produces 85,000 items an hour, 69,000 melon slices. So we get about 13,500 pumpkins and about 7,500 melon blocks from this per hour, which is more than enough to keep our trading needs satisfied. And then this wheat farm is like my favorite thing. It is so simple. It's just like wait, what's the square area of I don't know, 72 by 73. I can't math right now. We did this thing so long ago, I don't have the numbers fresh in my head. But we have 8 villagers with their seeds, with their inventories filled with seeds, so they can't breed or trade, and they just handle this entire farm. I never measured the speed though. If just by observing it, I can guesstimate that it's 4,000 to 6,000 wheat an hour. It doesn't stress out one hopper, and it's not insanely fast. But what it does is it just produces wheat to trade with farmers, which is not our main trade, and is really only used to unlock farmers' trades. So yeah, it doesn't need to be fast, and honestly, for what it is, it's faster than it needs to be. So yeah, and all the trades, or all the wheat and seeds come through here. They get stopped on the soul sand, which I'm so proud of, because that soul sand will filter out all of the seeds and put it off to the side here, because honestly, you never know when you need a little bit of seeds. It's kind of ridiculous to have a wheat farm of that scale and not have seeds, so I shoehorned in a little filter at the end here, and then all of it just kind of goes off into the end. And Tom Joe gave me props for this, so I was pretty proud of that. And that's pretty much it for that. I handcrafted a whole bunch of hay bales, and all the wheat just gets stored in here. And then below, we've got nice little wiring system. Matt on our server, Matt Davis, went through and made it so that we can access the shulker boxes just by opening them. And that's actually better in kind of a couple ways. So first off, you're not trading with shulker boxes, you're trading with the pumpkins, so you need them in item form when you're trading. Usually I bring over shulker boxes over here if I'm going to be trading in bulk, but I mean, it's nice that we can just access a few on hand, and I don't think anything leads into this, so it's just nice and easy to grab them. And then, you know, just basic storage, tone formula 14, and I. So he decorated this entire area, but the and I comes in because I covered a lot of this, where this tunnel I had to open up, and I had to kind of decorate a bit of this, because this control panel did not exist when he decorated this area initially. This just automates all of our farms, so we can control it from down here. We can kill the breeder, we can kill the babies in the breeder without actually killing the breeder, we can store the food without it going to the breeder, we can, you know, turn off the pumpkin melon farm. We can do a lot from right here. And then of course here's a maintenance shaft. There are 4 exit points. We got that maintenance shaft, the ladder. We have like a ladder over there, a ladder over here. There are a lot of ways in and out of this thing. It's really great. And then we have a basic sugarcane farm. This runs behind the villagers as per my request. Actually, I wanted it so that as you're trading with librarians or as you're in this area, you can see the farm that we built for them, and it's kind of nice. It's like having a lawn outside that window. It's a nice little feature. And then the storage room. This is just where we keep all our junk, just to keep things moving over here. At this point, it's picked pretty clean because this area has been long finalized, which is, it's just a nice site because we don't need a lot of that storage anymore, so it's kind of emptied. Next, we're going to move on to, I guess, the Wither Killer. Actually, I always forget about that thing because it's such a temporary project. We didn't need it for very long because when you're killing 75 withers per second, it handles the beacons that you need in a fairly short amount of time. But as I mentioned, there will be a link in the description. I did a full tutorial on this thing, so don't worry about the wiring. It's really truly not that complicated. If you guys have a wither farm, you know, my design link below, and you have plenty of wither skeleton skulls that you need to get through, then load it up with soul sand and kill them. It's really nice, and you'll have more nether stars than you know what to do with. And then of course over there was the sand dupers for the actual thing that we used at spawn. So let's next move on to, I guess, the ink sac. So I showed this in the first take. I'm sorry, you guys. Surely you can, it's a little rushed because I skipped breakfast and eating just so I could record this, and then I was doing fine until I had to record the entire thing again. So this video was a lot better the first time, I promise, but I'm under time constraints, so I'm trying to be thorough. I'm sorry, but we've got our ink sacs and our cactus over here. We need the cactus because half that glass that I mentioned is going to need to be green glass. So we needed a lot of cactus, which we don't have yet because this farm is not that good. It hasn't been ran that long. So we're going to need to either build this up higher or run it for a longer time, but that's kind of just a TBD. And then, of course, the ink sacks, we've just got way more than anybody ever needs. Last season on Minerva, we had a double chest of ink sacks, and that was good for ever, actually. I don't think we used 100,000 ink sacks. So unless we have a project comes up that needs black anything, I think we'll be good. And honestly, it'll probably only be black glass because 1.13 has been teasing fully automatic wool farms, and concrete we can do, hardened clay. Okay, we'll have to craft that too, but you know. So I think I mentioned this, but I'm not really going to be covering personal bases just because they're not my bases. I don't know everything about these bases, and a lot of them are not finished or anything. However, I will maybe tease Iron's base because his his base is actually a screenshot on my desktop. I don't think he knows that, but that's okay. He made a nice little circle around this entire coral reef, and it's pretty nice actually. It's pretty nice. So I wanted to at least show that, but I'm gonna move on out of here, and I guess I'd over to a couple of thoughts that I have, because this is kind of the problem I had in the first time I recorded this, that we don't have a ton of like insane builds up yet, because that's kind of it. Like we've been working on a select few projects for a while. Ooh, Halloween. Are you jack-o'-lantern? Are you jack-o'-lantern? No, you're just a pumpkin. He's just a pumpkin. But all of our bases are pretty simple. Like we have so a lot of our farms aren't exactly like crazy worth showing off. Like I'll show it for the sake of the tour, but in this farm, like it's just a basic flushing farm that we've modified to be a creeper and spider only farm because everything's covered by the wither farm, and it's just not it's not much to look at. It's just built high up so we didn't have to build a perimeter, and it works as it should, and it's really simple. And there's even a pigman farm at I don't even know where anymore. It's like negative 300, but it's one of those designs where like there's turtle eggs in the center and the pigmen run to the middle of it and then they die in hoppers, and that's it. It's just a basic pigman farm, and oddly enough, it's completely outclassed by the wither farm still, because even though it's not pure pigmen, when you use looting, I believe it's like a 250 or 300% gain, because every tier of looting adds another nugget that they can drop, so you get way more gold from it from the wither farm. So it's not really worth using anymore, and I feel bad because, you know, Chaser set up a long time ago. I shouldn't feel that bad. It's not really like he spent all day on it, but it's not worth showing because I don't know where it is, and it's just kind of, that's it. So yeah, lots of personal bases around here. I think that's just about all for that. And then the only two things that I have really left to show are the wither farm and the guardian farm. So we'll head over there now, and then actually I talked about this at the same time last recording, but I'm gonna do my best to make a world download for this. I don't know, I've had troubles with it before. I do have a world download link below for a version of this world before most of what you've seen here, but you can check it out if you want. So if you guys want to check out everything in detail, it'll be right there. As you can see, all of our portals are labeled with nice little banners. Thanks Chriselle, and the beacon colors. So you guys can check that out, link below. I will try to update it. If it is updated, it will have the date or Halloween in the title. So if you guys check the world download and it doesn't have that, and if it's dated a little bit older, then you know, you don't need to download it. But I'm gonna tease the guardian, or the wither farm. I'm gonna head on right past it and go over to the guardian farm real quick, because it's worth showing, but it's not really that far a lot. Like, it's just a basic bubble guardian farm, and then I did this last time too. I have ran down here I don't know how many times, and every single time it screws me up because the portal was moved above the bedrock, which makes no sense because we get over here below the bedrock. So why Why it's down here, I don't know. I don't think anybody uses that ice path up here, but it's just kind of a pain. Regardless, the Guardian farm is through this portal, and I think the only thing worth really showing is the item collection and the crafting system. So I'm just gonna guesstimate. I'm just gonna assume that Pablo did this because I've seen him do this carpet trick before, but it's almost like a single piston double extender because the items land on the carpet and then the piston face pushes them forward. And then it lands on the edge of this block, and then, you know, if I can just, like, can I just stand in survival right here? Will the Guardians spawn? I think so. Yeah, here they come. Here they come. Don't kill me on your way down. But all the items will just get pushed in like that, and then they go into the water stream, because these guys are having trouble with the item input. And we were using, like, minecarts and whatnot, but it just, I guess, made more sense to do this, and I kind of agree. This is a really, I love systems like this, because to me this is infinite. Like, you can have an unlimited amount of items coming down this system, and it won't matter because it'll handle it, because it's not restricted by the speed of a hopper minecart or a hopper or anything like that. They're just, it's just fast. And then they all go into my crafting system, and then if you come down here, it's kind of like turning on a faucet, but like, you turn it on, and these droppers probably just emptied, so we're gonna have some extra shards, which is unfortunate. We do have a safety in place for that, which is this lever right here. It disconnects this bottom area when the droppers are full or empty. And then I don't care about these items. I'm gonna get rid of them. I don't think I have my macros on my mouse right now, so we're just gonna do that. And then when that's full, it's just a manual shulker box loader. All of them come right here. And I was glad to say we actually set this up after the sealing of sea lanterns was done. Fun fact. We crafted up the 100,000 sea lanterns that we needed in the sealing of the nether perimeter before we actually made a crafting system for the sea lanterns, because we're so smart like that. And honestly, after having I'm not really sure what the I'm gonna log in and see what's going on here.
Three-fourths my brain towards Minecraft.
What is this?
Hey, what's up?
What are we doing here?
Don't
We're trying
don't look at it
to
too
get
hard.
them
but
above
it
the
is
nether.
my own creative expression, and I am sensitive, so don't judge me.
We're trying to get them above the nether.
Why?
Yeah.
And I
Because they thought it'd be easier to move them up top instead of at bottom.
changed again.
Why?
Would you prefer them down there?
Where are we gonna put them?
Well, honestly, I figured we'd store them here.
Oh,
well, we can do that too.
What better way to decorate the haunted manor that this thing will become than with, you know, jack-o'-lantern pigmen out front as guards?
Okay, that's fair.
that works.
I was in the call with these guys and they told me that my voice was a robot the first time I recorded the video, so we're here now. And we got our first ET, really?
No one else gave me names, okay? Only name I've got.
Give me back the name tags, actually.
Yeah, you're fired, Jacob. This isn't even a emote on our Discord. This is ET is like rebel emote.
It's the scariest thing we've seen so far on this Discord, though. Okay, come on.
Oh my god. Jeez, you guys. Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of the end of the video. I'm gonna stop it here. Actually, can you guys turn this thing on while I'm showing it off? This is the Guardian farm. I'm so backwards today. This is our wither farm, and it's pretty nice actually. Obviously, I have a full tutorial on this design if you guys want to build it in your own worlds. Catching the gas is not as hard as everybody thinks, and it's fast, really fast actually. With the roof removed in perfect single player scenario, it's about 6 to 7. What is it actually? It's like 6.5 skulls a minute. And then if you do a 2-player mob cap, it's about 7, 8, 9 skulls a minute. I didn't properly test it, but it's really, really fast and really, really nice. And right now these guys have, I don't think they destroyed any of the wiring. They built this on top, but they've got a nice little filter here that crushes everything that's not wither skeletons to filter out all the jack-o'-lantern skeleton. Mr. Calcium. Okay. Okay. But yeah, that's about it, you guys. I'm sorry if this felt a little rushed. I'm gonna apologize again because I was actually really happy with the first recording. This was a very good video, and it kind of got to me when I tested my mic and I made sure things were working, and then it broke like midway through a recording, and I'm sorry that this video couldn't be as good as I wanted it to, but hopefully this answered a lot of the questions. As I've been streaming this on this server, a lot of people have asked for a world tour, so hopefully this will satisfy most of you guys. This is almost like the public tour, and then like the private sector, personal bases can be covered another day or live on stream. If I'm ever streaming Minecraft and you guys want to see something, just ask. Let me know. Let me know. And that'll be it, you guys. So happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your month of Halloween that's already over. And here's to another Halloween next year. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.